Everybody is confused. You hit them with the switcheroo. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family. Everybody is confused. You hit them with the switcheroo. I need somebody to drop in the comments and say, it's okay to change up. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say it's okay to change up. So very deeply and heavily in our culture, all right, very deeply and heavily in our culture, oftentimes we hear these words right here. You changed. You ain't the same. You got to stop acting like that. You making your family feel bad. You know, it's a lot of shaming and guilt tripping when a person do what's best for themselves. Have you ever felt like you've given your entire life to family, friends, or close ones, yet the return is so little? Drop in the comments and let me know yeah or nay. Do you ever feel like you go unnoticed, you go undervalued, and you go not being appreciated, let alone celebrated, anytime you come around? Drop in the comments, let me know yay or nay. And then you feel like people tend to use you instead of uplift you. Drop in the comments and let me know, y'all, yay or nay. I'm saying that to say this, y'all, or I'm asking that to say this, y'all. When you start confusing people and you begin to hit the switcheroo, because you're not being who you used to be, people will start guilt tripping you, shaming you, and making you feel like this ain't something that you should be doing, okay? But family, it's okay to hit the switcheroo. Why? Because it's okay to change. It's okay to grow. It's okay to make adjustments. It's okay to get closer to God. It's okay to eat better. But when you hit the switcheroo, they start making you feel like you shot somebody in the head with a 22. They start acting like you took food out of a baby's mouth. What's really the problem? Is it because I hit the switcheroo and you can no longer use me? You can no longer take from me? You can no longer have me in the way you used to have me? You can no longer have the lower version of me? Or is it the fact that I'm actually doing better, I want better, and I'm trying to introduce you to better? If you ask me, it's all of it. They want to see you at the lowest point. They want to see you in that space where you was crying, low, on the ground. They want to see when you was disgusted again because it made them feel better. But family, everybody is confused now. You hit them with the switcheroo, and that's okay. You switched up, that's okay. You know, y'all, Jay-Z said something that was very profound, years ago. He says that most times when you get money, it's not you who change, it's the people around you that change. And so when they change, you have to change as well. You got to make the adjustments. Why is that, Reno? Because even in the Bible, y'all, it tells us to guard our heart, all right? It also tells us to be like the ants, you lazy one, in regards of saving what you have, managing what you have, right? And then it even says that a good man is a man who leaves an inheritance for his kids. All that coincides with one another. Why is that, Reno? If I don't change my mentality into a steward's mentality, if I keep giving all that I have, I won't even be able to do what the Bible told me to do. You got to hit them with the switcheroo. Okay? And so with that being said, y'all, it's not just financially, but it's spiritually, it's emotionally, it's mentally, it's physically. You got to hit them with the switcheroo. It's okay to switch up, especially when it's bettering you. But with that being said, fam, we're going to go ahead and get directly into this. I get very passionate, y'all, when I speak about stuff like this because it's so real. So many people stay in toxic situations, toxic families, dysfunctional situations, dysfunctional families, toxic relationships, dysfunctional relationships, and the list goes on because they don't want to hit the switcheroo. Hey, y'all, we practicing hitting the switcheroo over here. Yeah, we're going to hit the switcheroo over here, y'all. It is what it is. But, fam, we are right here coming in live from the Reno Speaks Life channel. Y'all make sure y'all leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. All right, a little long intro, y'all, but like I said, I get very passionate about these type of topics. But anyway, y'all, for all my foodies, y'all know I gotta let y'all know, I gotta disclose what I done ate today, but I had some thin crust meat lovers pizza, so still kind of got that, you know, that feeling of feeling like I'm eating a little unhealthy, but still keeping it a little easy with my calories. So I did the thin crust, right? So I went meat lovers pizza, but still did thin crust. It wasn't the best, y'all. It kind of tasted like pizza and crackers, but it is what it is, y'all. I'm trying to maintain my weight now. So I'm no longer losing weight. I'm maintaining weight. But outside of that, y'all, that's what's going on with your boy. Y'all drop in the comments. Let me know how y'all feeling, what y'all got going on, and how y'all doing, all right? But anyway, number one, y'all, first thing is first. You changed your routine. This is why everybody is confused. You hit the switcheroo because you changed your routine. So let me just speak on these three things right here, y'all. Chances are you provided emotional safety. Drop in the comments, let me know yeah or nay if you have or haven't. Chances are you provided mental clarity. Drop in the comments, let me know if you have or haven't. Chances are you provided positive support. Drop in the comments, let me know if you have or haven't. Family, when you change up that routine, I know y'all probably thought I was gonna say you switched up your work schedule, you switched up, you know, what time you leave out the house. That is a part of your routine too. I understand that, y'all. But I want to speak about the routine that pulls from you emotionally, right? I want to speak about the routine that leaves you feeling empty instead of fulfilled. I want to talk about that routine. Family, they are confused because you hit the switcheroo on them. See, they're used to you providing emotional safety and not giving it back to you. They're used to you providing mental clarity, but not reciprocating that for you. They're used to you providing positive support, but not giving that to you. And so when you change up your routine, they get confused. People become complacent in your incompetence for self. Let me say that once again, y'all. People become incompetent, all right, or complacent, rather, with your incompetence in self. And when you are incompetent, you're looking for other people's approval. You're looking for other people's opinions. You're looking for other people's happiness that they can give to you, right? And when you never get that, you're left feeling worse than you did before you talked to them. All right? That's why you got to be happy with self. That's why you have to approve self. That's why you have to love your opinion about self. It don't matter about what they think. Somebody drop in the comments and say, I don't care what you think. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, I don't care what you think. You changed your routine. And that in itself is called hitting the switcheroo. You had to. Number two, energy management. Okay? Energy management. Family, let's talk about, because this goes back to number one, but I want to take a turn on this one, right? Let's talk about the art of gambling. When you gamble, okay, when you gamble, you don't just put up your rent money. You don't just put up your car insurance money. You know, you don't just put up, you know, the light bill money. That's how people go broke, go to jail, get killed. The list goes on. Because people are willing to do anything about that money they need to provide for themselves and their family. They will. But it's too late when John done got you for it. You lost fair and square, dog, in a card game. You lost fair and square, dog, in dice. Hey, better luck next Friday. My point, so y'all stay with me. The art of gambling. How you're supposed to gamble if you're going to do it. You're only supposed to gamble what you can afford to do. What, y'all? Lose. You only gamble what you can afford to lose. Listen, y'all, I started getting into sports betting. I'll be honest. And I actually hit big one time. Well, big for me, right? I won about like $2,500, $2,600, something like that. That was big for me because that was like my first time really doing it. So I don't know if it was beginner's luck or if it was like, okay, I know a little something about Derrick Henry them. All right. But what I'm saying is I won that off of a $10 bet. Actually, I believe it was like $5. The point is, y'all, is this right here. I only gambled what I could afford to lose. Now, as time progressed, guess what, y'all? I started liking the feeling. I started spending a little bit more. But guess what? I did not give more than what I could afford to lose. I don't have a gambling problem. I can truthfully say that, right? However, y'all, that goes right back hand in hand to energy management. You only give the energy that you can afford to lose. So if you never got that back, you know that I'll be able to recharge myself and I'll be okay. See, where a lot of people start feeling depression and losing themselves and feeling a sense of rage and the list goes on, is when they give so much of their energy to people who's not reciprocating it at all. It goes right back to the art of gambling. Stop giving what you can't afford to lose. Stop giving the energy you can't afford to lose. You just got off of work. Why are you trying to be Dr. Phil? You just got through a divorce. Why are you trying to be Oprah? You can't ask nobody no questions that you have yet to answer for yourself. Energy management is key, all right? Somebody drop in the comments and say, manage your energy. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, manage your energy, all right? Number 3, it's going to be this right here, fam. You are a priority. You are a priority. That's number 3. Family, you got Temptations. Who was the priority? I'm going to say David Ruffin. I'm going to say first Paul Williams, then Eddie Kendricks, then David Ruffin, right? But when David came, it was a whole nother ball game. When that My Girl came, yeah, it was different, y'all. But the priority is the lead singers. It's not to say blue don't matter. It's not to say this don't matter. They all matter, but you have to make songs that caters around the voice of the hit makers. It is what it is, no matter how you slice it. For the Jacksons, who was the priority? Young Michael. New Edition, who was the priority? Raph. Hey, Bobby Brown was a bad boy when he went solo, but Raph was the one in that particular moment for New Edition. Reno, what are you saying right now? You got to treat the priority like they are the priority. It doesn't mean that other people around them is not important, but you have to do what works for the priority so the entire system can function. Family, you are the system. If you don't prioritize yourself, who else will? If you don't prioritize yourself, who else will? Reno, what are you saying right now? You confuse them because you hit the switcheroo. See, you've been treating everybody else like they are the priority. You finally woke up to who you are and said, no, I'm the priority. And my boat don't sail without me because I'm the captain. I'm the priority. This system does not function without me. I'm the priority. This group will not operate without me because I'm the priority. And that's why everybody is confused. Does that make sense, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. Number 4, it's going to be this right here, y'all. They've been excluded, all right? They've been excluded. Reno, what do you mean by this? Y'all remember when we were all in school, we used to say this right here. This is A and B convo, so see your way out of it, right? I'm being childish right now. I get it, y'all. I'm being childish. But this is A and B convo, so see your way out of it, right? What we were saying as kids is this doesn't include you. In fact, you are excluded. Family, too many people were included into your finances when they should not have been included in your finances. Too many people was in your relationship business, your marriage business, all right, when they should not have been inside that business. Too many people were involved in the things that you were doing when it came to your business endeavors, when it came to your creative thoughts, ideas. The list goes on. This is an A and B conversation. They got to see their way out of it. This is an A and B conversation. They got to see their way out of it. That's what I mean when I say they've been excluded. So now they're confused because you hit the switcheroo. It is what it is, y'all. All right? Number 5, y'all, the last thing is going to be this right here. You've stopped explaining yourself, okay? you've stopped explaining yourself. I heard somebody say family vacations are dead. Now it's about your immediate family, or if you're by yourself, it's all about you, right? And I actually agree with that. I'm not saying this is all, but family, in the times we living in, you can't even go on a family vacation with your family. I'm just being honest. It's about you if you're single, and it's about your family that God has put together as a covenant, right? Point blank period. Immediate family, we call it. Reno, what are you saying right now? When it comes to something as simple as a family vacation, let's just say you can't go. Let's just say you got to work. Let's just say you got bills. Let's just say you have certain things that you're trying to do for yourself, right? And family is like, hey, we got this family vacation. Let alone, y'all, they've been arguing. They ain't doing right. They got a whole bunch of BS going on. Everything is laid out on a platter, but they trying to go on the vacation. Y'all spirit ain't even right. But anyway, you tell them no. The first thing they want is what? An explanation. But why you can't go on the vacation? I mean, well, what, we ain't good enough? I mean, what, you need some money? I said no. You're doing this to make me defensive so I can start explaining myself. No. I said no, and that's what it means. Somebody drop in the comments and say no mean no. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say no mean no, because that's exactly what it is. So you stop explaining yourself, and that's why they are confused, because they're so used to you giving them some type of supporting detail, some type of explanation. It's just no. And that's where I am, y'all, with my life. You follow what I'm saying? And so, fam, anyway, let's go ahead and do this recap, and then we'll conclude this video. But number one, y'all, you changed your routine, okay? Number two, energy management. Number three, you are a priority. Number four, they've been excluded. And number five, y'all, you've stopped explaining yourself, and it ain't nothing wrong with it, all right? But with that being said, fam, y'all be sure to get you a Yes Sir t-shirt, Yes Sir hoodie, book a one-on-one session with your boy, check out any one of my books, and keep a rich mentality. Peace.